Hello everyone, Daniel Yuck here. Thank you all for tuning in today. I appreciate you. In today's video, we are going to be diving into an unboxing. We're going to be diving into an in-depth review. We'll be taking a close-up look at this tattoo machine from a company called Dragonhawk. This is going to be the Racer Tattoo Machine. I am going to leave links for you in the description below so you can check this machine out on your end. Should you have any questions at any point throughout this video, I'm also going to highly encourage you to drop a comment down below. I will do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. If you enjoy my channel and content, consider becoming a Patreon or purchasing a super thanks down below. I would truly appreciate your support as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive straight on into this. Let's take it from the top here and let's take a close-up look at the packaging for this tattoo machine. As you can see, it's actually very straightforward. It has pivotive tattooing with mask on the top here. And that's all that's going on there. Let's take a close-up look at the contents here. So when we open up the box here, this is what we are greeted with. We have a user manual. Feel free to go ahead and pause at any point so that way you can read this thoroughly on your end. Different languages right there. So it's a user manual with multiple languages, and this is the design of the machine right here. Let's take a closer look at the contents here. So we're going to remove this foam insert lining right here, place it off to the side. It looks as though right off the bat this is the tattoo machine. This is the Mast Racer Tattoo Machine, and it is a 4mm stroke tattoo machine. It is click grip. That is what the screen looks like up close here. The lowest voltage that it goes to is 4. That's actually one of the lowest voltages that I've ever seen on a short pen style tattoo machine. I don't believe I've seen 4. My standard that I've seen is 5 volts. So off the bat, I do like that a lot. And the highest voltage is going to be 12. 12 is standard, so that's typically what I see on most devices and machines. So we have a voltage range from 4 volts to 12, which is pretty good. It is click grip. So right off the bat, what this machine has going for it is the design itself. And again, I'm a big fan of pen style tattoo machines, short pen style tattoo machines to be specific. It's just more at home for me personally as a tattoo artist. But right here, again, the design of this machine I am fond of. Let's go ahead and remove the grip right here. But before I do that, just let me show you the machine up close one last time, so you can see the design all the way around. In comparison to the size of my hand, it's not a big machine at all. So removing the grip is as easy as 1, 2, 3. As you can see, so this is the grip. We can sterilize, autoclave this as needed. And this part right here of the machine, let me actually turn it off. This part of the machine right here is the interesting part. I haven't seen anything like this, and I'm very fond of this design right here. So this is the battery pack right here. And as you can see, there's another one right here. What this is it's essentially the battery pack. Allow me to remove it. And you can see, removing it opens up this part of the machine where we can see this cam right here. From my experience, I have not seen this design in any tattoo machine ever. So this also has some points there going for this specific machine. This is this design is not something that I've come across. It's a nice design. I don't think that we can autoclave this, as it does look as though there's some internal components going on here. However, we can fully wipe this down. We can wipe this down completely. We can get to more places to wipe down than we could most machines as well. So that also has another thing going for it. This part right here is the charging base, and this part right here is another one of these. Allow me to show you that as well. So this is a magnetic part right here that we just simply pull off like so, and this is what we use to charge these batteries right here. So essentially these are the power cells. Both of these are going to be compatible with the machine. They're both same in length if I'm correct as well. As you can see, there's no difference in size or anything. They're just different power cells. I've never seen batteries like this in tattoo machines, so it's a completely different design over what I am used to. We want to be careful when wiping this down too. We don't want to get these components right here wet, so we're going to want to wipe down right here and right here, maybe even use some Q-tips. You kind of get the idea there. And then to install, we're going to want to line this little prong up right here with this hole right there. So we're going to line those up like so. Place this in, and then the arrow right here is actually pointing at the housing, or that little hole housing right there, as you can see. And then once you start lining them up, press it in together, and that is it. It's locked in. And then from there you would place your grip back on, and you're good to go. Completely different design from what I am used to. However, it's a really cool design. So let's take a look here at what this is. So here we have some tools and some O-rings, which is great. We always need those. And here we have a wire. Actually, we have two wires for this charging base right here, and or this right here. So we can charge it one of two ways. We can have this going in the background. Let's say we're going to be running a long session. What we can do is place this in, use this one to charge this one, plug that in, have that charging, and then we can have this one charging as well. So we can be charging both of the batteries simultaneously is what I'm taking from this. Hence this port right here, and this port right here, and the two wires. So that's what I'm taking from that, which is great in my opinion, so that way we have simultaneous use out of it. By the end of this video, I'm also going to be able to tell you all how long the battery lasted me. I'm going to give you all of my final opinions. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video so that way you hear on that. Let's go ahead and move on. Right here I have a Mast Pro 13 round mag. This is a standard 13 round mag. What I want to do is I want to just kind of run this needle dry for you all so you kind of get an idea of what we're pushing here. So placing in a cart is super easy. Adjusting needle depth is as easy as that. So this right here is the Mast Racer running dry, and I feel it's smooth, consistent, and stable. I'm actually really excited to check out how this machine lines, how it shades, and how it does all of that. And again, I can't exhaust. By the end of this video, you will know what to expect from this machine. I also encourage you, if you have any questions, you're thinking about investing, drop them down below. I may be able to guide you in a better direction. But that is what this machine sounds like, and as you can see, it's consistent, it's stable, and the performance is there. I want to get into how I would go about wrapping this tattoo machine, so that way we can go about testing out the performance, and then we can come back and I can relay my final opinions with you all. The way that I go about wrapping my machines is actually really straightforward. So where I'm going to begin is with removing the grip. From here, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use saran wrap. I'm going to use 2 layers of it. I'm going to put 1 layer on the top, 1 layer on the bottom. I'm going to place the grip to the side, and then I'm going to put the top portion of the machine into a saran wrap layer. And to do that is I place down a layer of saran wrap, and then I'm going to wrap this around, and that does a few layers ultimately around the machine here. So as you can see, I'm not going to go too down here because I need the grip to come up. So I'm going to stay on the top part up here. I'm not going to interfere with the threads either. I'm going to place the barrier up top. Like so. You have to work with it a little bit. You can use adhesive like tape film. You can use whatever you like on your end. For this though, I'm going to be going with some simple saran wrap as you see here. And the entire machine is covered. I can turn it on, off, see everything that I need. Top part of the machine is covered. I'm going to grab the grip, place it in, and I'm going to screw it on. Repeat that process with the exposed part of the tattoo machine. Same thing. I'm pulling firm so that way I have a snug wrapping around the machine. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off to the side as well. And then I'm going to grab this, spread it out as even as I can get it to wrap it the rest of the way. So as you can see, I have the majority of my machine wrapped up top and bottom. From here, I'm going to grab adhesive wrap for comfort. This right here is adhesive wrap. I'm going to take some of this, and people use this for stability. People use it for comfort. Me personally, I don't like tattooing on metal, as I do tend to do longer tattoos. So when I do, I want to have some comfort behind my machine. And I also use it because a bigger grip provides me with a bit more stability. That's going to be personal preference, as wrapping adhesive around is. If you feel that you need it, by all means go ahead and wrap accordingly. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap some as you see me doing here, and I'm going to repeat that with up here as well. Since this part is shorter, I'm going to get a layer of adhesive wrap, and then I'm going to fold this in half. And I'll tend to do this if the grips are smaller, or if I need to. If I don't need the full width of the adhesive, I'll just fold it in half like so. Pick a place to start without overlapping right here. I pull, and I just repeat that process all the way around. And this allows me to adjust the needle depth without having too many issues, without sliding around because of the ointment that we were using. So as you can see, I have a full wrapping around my machine, and I have full needle depth adjustability. And you could apply this method to any short tattoo machine or short pin style tattoo machine that you're using on your end. So with this being done and said, let's go ahead and switch on over to some performance angles. We're going to test out the lining, we're going to test out the shading, and we're going to test out the basics to see how this machine performs on multiple fronts. If you have any questions, please drop them down below. With that being said, let's go ahead and switch on over to a different angle. Allow me to conclude this review and relay some of my final opinions and some insight on how I feel about the Mast Racer Tattoo Machine from Dragonhawk, and again, links will be in the description below. As you can see, I did run this battery all the way down, and I got about 4 to 5 hours of continuous use running at around 7 to 8 volts, somewhere in that time frame. I did fluctuate a little bit, but it was around that time frame where I did run it around 7 to 8 volts, and I got about 4 to 5 hours of continuous use from one charge cycle, which is great for me. Another thing that I did like about the Mast Racer is the disassembly. We can go ahead and disassemble it for sterilization purposes, which to me is everything. As you can see, we take that off. And then here we have the top part of the machine right here, and here is the battery. Another thing that I did like about it was the design. I have never seen a tattoo machine with this specific design right here, which for me is a thumbs up. In terms of, again, sterilization, it would be easy to get in there with some Q-tips and some Cavicide wipes or whatever we use, Opticide, to go ahead and cold sterilize accordingly. We just have to be careful with this side not to get any liquids on this area right here. So it has a good battery life, and it does have a good design. The Mast Racer is also able to push any needle configuration that I threw at it. It didn't matter if it was a larger round mag or a smaller 3-round liner. It didn't matter. Everything was pushed seamlessly, effortlessly with the Mast Racer. Not only that, I am also able to do lining, shading, dot work, stippling, and again, pushing multiple size configurations. So in terms of performance, it's all there as well. For the price point, the design, and the performance, I would definitely give this machine easily a 4 stars out of 5. For me personally, the only reason why I give it 4 stars instead of a full 5 is because of this part right here. I'm not entirely sure if this part of the machine, like the motor, actually disassembles from this part. I didn't want to take any chances to try to unscrew this and actually break the machine. I didn't see any literature and correspondence to this specific question in the manual. So in terms of getting the motor out of this part of the machine, I don't think that that's totally possible, which is why I'm giving this a 4 stars out of 5. However, if I'm wrong about that and this does come out, then of course this machine is going to get a 5 of 5. However, performance, quality, everything is there. All of it does align, and that's why, again, I'm going to give it 4 stars, just because I can't access the motor and put the motor right here to go ahead and clean this as best as I can. That's the only discrepancy I have with this machine. Other than that, this is a machine that I would feel comfortable recommending to any tattoo artist that's looking for a budget machine or looking for another machine to add to their arsenal. This one is definitely worth checking out, and again, links will be for you in the description below. If you have any questions about anything that you saw or heard throughout this video, I'm going to highly encourage you to drop a comment down below, and I'm going to do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. I also have social medias under the same name as this YouTube channel. I would truly appreciate your support on there as well. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me and ring that bell, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you all. Thank you for tuning in yet again. You have a great day.